Today we're making Unpaper towels, which are recyclable and soft. They're good for cleaning, eating, and even placemats because, let's face it, they can be super cute. The first step is to roll out your cutting surface. So this is a cutting mat. You can also just use your kitchen table if you don't have one of these though. For the material, make sure that you use Snuggle flannel. It is absorbent, soft, and will cling to itself. So there is no need for those annoying snaps that make Unpaper towels so much more inconvenient than regular paper towels. This is a remnant that I found at my local craft store. It is approximately 1 yard, which will create 6 large Unpaper towels. Before we get started, I am cutting off this excess trim that brands the bolt since it is not aesthetically pleasing, let's be honest. Now it is time to prep your fabric. You can do this with a tape measure or by simply playing around with various folds. I folded mine in half twice, then into thirds to create the shape I wanted. The reason you fold it in half twice is because you want the print on both sides of the fabric, not just on one. First, cut the material in half and then set aside one of the pieces. Cut each piece in half yet again. Depending on your preference, you can skip this step and cut it on the fold. Either way, do not separate the two layers. Simply cut them into thirds just the way they are. Repeat this one more time with the other half. To make it a little easier, grab one of those pieces from the last cut and place it on top. Use it as a guide to cut out the 3 sections. Once all the pieces are cut out, it is finally time to sew! Yay! Start by pinning the fabric all the way around. You're going to do this for each individual paper towel just to make sure that both pieces of fabric are in place and are not going to be shifting around while you're sewing. Since we're using a serger to sew this, it's going to cut out part of the material all the way around, so it doesn't have to be perfectly laid out or perfectly cut out because you're going to be cutting the fabric once again. If you are using a sewing machine, make sure that your pieces are even and then sew it wrong sides together, aka print on the inside, and then flip it inside out and hand sew the little hole closed. This just makes it look a lot cleaner. I myself liked the serger look, but I understand not everyone has a serger in their home. If you're using a serger, you probably already know that once the stitch is done, to keep going and leave a lot of thread, but make sure that you're not cutting the thread close to the material either. Make sure that you leave a little bit of a tail. That way the stitches can interlock with each other. So wait to cut those until the very end. Trust me.